it's very good to see all of you playing active role in the Student for Free Tibet movement. Now, I think that's very important. Student for Free Tibet, and it's a very important movement, and it's also spreading in Europe now. There, over the years they've been, and even in India.
There's an office now, I think, that they're trying to establish in London, I think.
Yeah.
And now in India also they have
in
staff
India
there.
also it's spreading. So it's just very good. And because as I said, it's young people. They have to movement has to be continued. It's not a one generation movement. And secondly, also I think sends a very strong signal to the Chinese leadership, because most probably the Chinese, people sitting in Beijing, Hu Jintao and Wu Jintao and Prime Minister and so on, and their advisors, they probably have the wrong notion, wrong assumption that the Tibetan movement, Tibetan strength of the Tibetan movement is very much connected with His Holiness lifespan. It's one man show, and he's the inspiration. He's the force, and when the time comes that His Holiness is no longer on the scene, that that movement would face a natural death. It will just phase away, which is wrong. But we have to send a very strong signal to the Chinese leadership that if that is your thing, it's not going to be like that. Now there again, our own young people, and the young people, other sub countries. It's a youth effort, youth movement. That also sends a very strong signal to people sitting in Beijing. And I'm sure you've read, you won't know, but you must have read. But like in South Africa, when apartheid movement was policy was at its height, I think it was basically young students in the universities which really started a huge movement in the West, which put pressure on the government and which contributed to the final failure of final removal of apartheid policy. So anyway, that's important. So Student for Free Tibet movement is very important. I'm glad that I'm sure some of the some of you probably are connected with that, and in other universities and colleges they're active.